What's happening, Bobby? Oh, it's going good tonight, my brother. How you doing? My sound is good, right? Mm, yeah, I'm feeling fantastic. Just got done watching the finals. It's good old fashioned basketball right there, boy. Hardly any free throws. Almost no flopping. It's beautiful. Shout out the Knicks, by the way. After watching that first game, I don't know. I think the Knicks might take this one. Yeah, the Spurs definitely look like some little kids playing the Knicks. That boy Carter Bryant went out there and got his ass put in the bucket like 8 times in a row, boy. I was like, God dang. Buddy got in the game just to get abused. All right, listen, that's what happens when you're 20, but anyway, don't mind me. You said you got laid off? Spurs and Texas Tech lost, but go Spurs. Or are you saying that boy Carter Bryant got laid off? Because if so, he did. Oh, only for 2 weeks? Well, Hey, listen, man. Hey, everything is always a blessing. So be ready for a blessing to come your way. What's good, Mister True History? Uh, AN said flat earther, more like flat brainer. Have any of you guys seen that Family Guy episode where they were like making fun of comedy? Has anybody ever seen that episode where they were doing stand up comedy? By the way, that's how I discovered the show Archer. That's a story for another day, but it was because of this episode that I started watching Archer. But in that episode, they had Consuela. You guys know Consuela from Family Guy. They had Consuela doing stand up comedy. Consuela's joke from stand up comedy was literally exactly this person's joke. So Donut, thank you so much for the 2 jewels. Consuela was like, "You guys ever heard of Mister Clean? How about Mister Not Too Clean?" Oh my god! Back when Family Guy was hilarious. Anyway, that's Buddy's joke. Look, he's like flat earther, more like flat brainer. Uh, I don't know. Maybe somebody liked it. Edwin said, Earth is a globe and history is true. Edwin, I understand that you want to push your agenda, but we're not interested in your religion, okay? We're not interested in your plates. Yeah, guys, like the video though, if you don't mind, okay? Like the video, double tap the screen, whatever. And I guess sub if you like the content, I guess. Edwin said, I'm not African, I'm Filipino. Yes, well, it's actually Filipino. I know you guys don't know because you guys pronounce it like that out there, but there's actually supposed to be an eight. You know what? Never mind. That's how he wrote it. I'm not making fun of him. That's literally how he wrote it. Zucker said, "Do you like dragons?" I get it, Zucker. All right, I know what joke you're about to say. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I know. Dragging these blank across your blank. I know. Oh God. Edwin said, "Earth is not flat. What religion are you?" I never said the Earth was flat, Edwin, and I'm not part of any religion. Thank you. What's good, champ? Uh, X8. Thank you for the 10 jewels, X8. You know, I'm gonna just call you Myrrh. How about that, Myrrh? Plato said, "Amigo, I have bad English. Sorry." Yeah, no, we don't speak Spanish over here, sir. No offense. Yeah, this is an English live. Not that I can't understand some Spanish, but it takes too much effort, and I'm not. No. All right. I do understand Spanish, but it's just not like fluently. So I would have to sit there and think about all your sentences. I don't want to do all that. All right. I just want to read what you're saying and respond. You know, respond without thinking because that's where the magic comes. You know. I promise nothing up here is contrived, all right? There's no script, no nothing. I'm just telling you exactly how I feel. Edwin said Earth is not moving. Edwin, if we are basing this on scientific evidence, there is no scientific evidence that the Earth is moving. There you go. And this is according to Einstein. I just basically am basing this on Einstein's theory of relativity. All right. Einstein's theory of relativity is based on the fact that the Earth cannot be proven to be moving scientifically from Earth. Mur, thank you for the 2 jewels. I appreciate that, Mur. I don't know what that question means, but thank you for the jewels. Uh, Plato, this is my advice to you guys, okay? If you want to speak English, just write what you want to write in Spanish in Google Translate and then copy and paste it. All right? Don't sit there and try to work every word out individually, all right? It's not going to go well. Even me, a lot of times, like I said, I understand Spanish, but if I'm going to write something back, I'm not going to sit there and try to remember every single word. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, I'm using Google Translate, period. I don't have time to sit there and think about all these different words, sentences, conjugations. I mean, is it almost or is it tu? What? I'm not doing all that. I'm sure if I thought about it long enough, I can remember, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. Like I said, Jose, I'm not. Did you hear me just say I'm not doing that? Yeah, I'm not doing that, bud. No, thank you. That's my point. You know what? Edwin said, if Earth is not moving, we have no gravity. Well, Edwin, I'll tell you what, my friend, you're right on the right track because gravity is not a scientific theory. There you go. Did you know that gravity is not a scientific theory either? Bobby said, I can barely type English correct. Oh, Jose. Oh, I didn't even realize until right now that you're writing in Spanish. You know, your comments come in on English on my side. If you write in Spanish, they automatically translate it. So I didn't even know you were writing in Spanish until you said it. Now that I click over it, I see that you are writing in. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I didn't know that. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, where are you guys tuning in from, Jose? Yeah, like the video if you don't mind. All right, sub if you like the content. Yeah, where are you guys tuning in from? Do you believe that it's water above us? Rising Phoenix, I think that everything is water. Oh. Amani Bay said, I'm in Japan. Shout out you, Manny Bay. Greetings to all the people in Japan. Plato said, I pushed the subscribe button because you are a cool man. Well, I appreciate that. Sedona said, there is definitely water above us. What's good, Jeremiah? EW said, is that a list of stuff that you argue or believe? And not really. It's a list of stuff that is backed up by scientific evidence and backed up by primary documentation. It's not about what I believe or what I'm arguing. Shout out Mr. True History. Mr. True History said, we are the guardians of the scientific method up here. That is a fact, sir. That's literally all we do. Who's winning game two? I think the Spurs will probably win game two. The Spurs will win game two, but I think the Knicks might take this one. They were legitimately bodying the Spurs at certain moments of the game. Certain moments of the game when the Knicks weren't being lazy, they were actually bodying the Spurs. You could tell that the Knicks got a lot of grown men on their team. The Spurs have a lot of little kids on their team. I mean, like if we're just looking at the age difference, it's like a bunch of grown men playing against little kids. Even though the Spurs are obviously so much better. Donald Flores, did I already thank you for the 2 jewels? If I didn't, then I appreciate you. Edwin said everything is water. What the F are you thinking about? Yeah, you're not a serious guy. Yeah, you're not a serious guy. Yo, mama, what's happening? Yo, mama sent the 200 jewels. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, you two weirdos can leave, please. How's everything going with you guys tonight, though? What y'all got going? Uh, Bobby said trolls by the tons tonight. It's all good, Bobby. We'll get him out of here yet. Whopper, I disagree with you. Maybe that's how it looks or feels from your perspective, but not from my perspective, man. From my perspective, Earth is a good place. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, but what good story is all rainbows and sunshine? What good story is all rainbows and sunshine? Baza said flat Earth is a blank. Okay, well, then why don't you not come in here and talk about those since I don't have that up here? If you think that's true, then don't bring it up and distract us from the real conversation, bud. If you really do think that's true. Claus said, nope, yes, no, quite possibly, just without fire. No, it absolutely is, and yes. Yeah, no, you're wrong about everything you have up there. Claus, yeah, you're wrong about all that. Except for the quite possibly just without fire. That part is correct. Everything else, completely wrong. Thank you for that comment though. DJ said, okay, can't really disagree with dinos equal dragons. I don't see how anybody could. I really don't either, but a lot of cognitive dissonance being experienced in the chat. The real conversation is the one that I'm having up here. Morrison said, I agree with all. Was good, Morrison. Edwin, have a good night. Mr. True History said America has been known to have many names. Money said history is historical. What the hell? Well, if history is historical, then how was the historical histories historical? I don't know what that was, but that's what that comment made me feel like. I swear that's all I could hear in my head when I read that comment. That's 5 vague bullet points, not a conversation. Well, you can say that they're vague. I don't find them to be vague. Pine said, is the earth flat? It depends on what part of the earth you're talking about. Nova said, why would anyone lie about the shape of the earth? Nova, so that way you don't go and access the other continents that are pretty clearly out there. So you don't go and access more continents. Yeah, there's a bunch more continents and places for you to go. They don't want you to leave. So instead of telling you it's a circle, which it actually is, they tell you that it's a globe. So that way you think you can't get off. Yeah, if you think about it, if it's a globe, then there's nowhere to go. If it's a circle, then you can just go outside the circle. The one VR said, it's a sphere, gang. No, it's not, dude. All right, and I'm not in any game with you, partner. All right, chief. Yo, it's a sphere, gang. Yo. Yo, homie, yo. Dog, remember when they used to portray black people like that in movies? They be like, yo, homie, yo. What the hell was that? Like, what is that? Who the hell does that shit? Oh my God. People from New York are hilarious. Morty said they have forbidden zones in the Arctic. If you are correct, these could be the exit points to the other continents. It is actually cool to think about. You see what happens when you open your mind up, Morty? Morty, but think about it. If that's true, doesn't it make perfect sense why they would want to lie and tell you that doesn't exist? Right? How can you come up with a lie strong enough to where people won't look for more land? What lie is strong enough so that people don't look for more land? There's only one way. You're on an object that you cannot get off. So now people don't even think about looking for more land because they're like, there is no more land. I'm on an object that I can't get off. That is the only way to keep animals like humans in a cage. And all these people are like, yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. So I gotta go to sleep because my alarm, I gotta be up at a certain time. How is it clear that there's more continents? Because of ancient maps that existed. All right, continents didn't just disappear. All right, this ain't One Piece. This ain't Star Wars. Give me some more names of some movies where they destroy entire continents or planets. This ain't Dune. This ain't Dune. Give me another one. What else? Give me another movie or something where they destroy an entire planet or an entire continent. This ain't 2012. This ain't 2012. This ain't Elysium. Thank you. All right, this ain't Elysium. I appreciate that. Sky said there are underground cities. That's interesting. Do you believe there are other planets? Yeah, I mean, the same way, if you call what we live on a planet, like I said, there's clearly more land. You can call that land other planets. Like, look, I'm not saying this is necessarily proof of anything, all right? I'm just giving you an idea of what it probably looks like. First of all, this is actually an old map that was found in a Buddhist temple. I mean, but you guys have already seen this one before, right? But yeah, it probably looks like this. See, you probably live in one of these, and these are the other planets. I'm just saying that this is actually physically possible. This doesn't take millions of light years to travel to. You understand? This is not defying the laws of physics. Yeah, this is not in a vacuum or nothing like that. No, this is just more land, more continents. Very simple and easy to understand. On the ground, all right? Obeying the laws of physics, all right? Real life, not like, fake shit. Yeah, we're going to space, but it's going to take us 100 years to get where we're going. So you won't actually make it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're going to go, though. I promise. Just trust us. No, you can't go, but we will. We'll go for you. Give us your money so that way we can go for you, all right? Give us your money. Anyways, you ask, why would they want to hide? Why would they want to lie about the shape of the earth? That's why, clearly. They don't want you to, yeah, clearly. All right, I digress. Pomegranate said NASA been capping. The Wind said Earth being flat or round is not proven. I agree with that, The Wind. Morrison said, yep, other planes of land, planets. Absolutely. What's good, Jason? Dre, I honestly don't remember what we were talking about, but I do know that it had something to do with Resident Evil. Somehow. Like, I swear to God, I'm reading your comment. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I know it has something to do with Resident Evil. I do remember that. What? What were we talking on? Destroying planets? Is that what we're talking about? Was it destroying? What were we? I don't know. Scott said a lot of explorers never really knew where they were. Yeah, and neither do you, Sky. Neither do you. Carl said, shit, who built the vacuum? Sky said, there's a city under Russia, my hometown in Ohio, a whole city under Chicago and New York City. They built the modern cities on top of them. Basically like Futurama. Sky is basically saying we live in like the plot of Futurama. Shout out Manusia in France. Shout out France. Then why is the moon a globe, dumbass? How do you know the moon is a globe? Sky said they lied about the moon landing, and even Buzz Aldrin admitted that. Ed said Buzz never said that. Buzz certainly said that footage was edited. I don't know what his words were exactly, but he admitted that footage was not unedited. I mean, that's all you need to hear, right? I mean, we've heard enough. Yeah, I mean, I've heard enough. Oh, the footage is edited? Oh. Certainly said the footage was edited. He certainly said that. What's good, Will? Ragnar said, is all archaeology about dinosaurs fake, including the discovered bones? I won't necessarily say it's fake. I'll say that it's lied about. Fake and lied about are two different things. Like, for example, if I tell you I have moon rocks, right? And I show you a regular rock and I call it a moon rock, and I'm like, that's not a moon rock. You could be, oh, so you're saying this is not a real rock? No, I'm sure it's a real rock. I'm saying you didn't get it from the moon. Maybe that was too deep. I don't want to go too deep. Was that too much? Sorry, I don't want to go too. I don't want to confuse you this early in the. Jason said archaeology is just making things up instead of admitting they don't know. Shout out Fiddly. I think I like machismo better. Yeah, let's go with machismo. I don't know why you. Shout out Carl. Carl, was that was too deep? Okay. I'll try to keep it more simple then. I5 said, "Have I ever seen a boat go down?" What do you mean? Have I ever seen a boat go down? That sounds a little. I'm sorry, bro. It's just the same question every time. You know what I mean? I got to make myself laugh somehow. Why do you think America's Atlantis? Well, because of the technological revolution that happened around the world and how it coincides with the colonization of America, not to mention ancient maps and ancient stories that all corroborate the fact that America was an ancient land of technology and gold. And if you read what the initial settlers said when they got here, they certainly did find technology. They found highly advanced people with technology with gold. So that's why America got all that technology so fast because they didn't invent it; they just found it. Go see the World's Fairs in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Like I said, the World's Fairs in the early 1800s, in the late 1800s, early 1900s is one such example. They showed off a bunch of technology. Like I said, the Native Americans already had agriculture in the 1500s. They were living extremely wealthy out here, extremely wealthy. They were literally walking around with like a very, very expensive to make, like what would be today, like $10,000, $20,000 furs. This is what people were just walking around out here, just living a life of luxury in America. That's what was going on. Li- Living their lives like it's golden because it was golden. It was literally golden. Ragnar said we took technology from Wakanda. Do you see what I mean? Why I brought that up? And of course, like most people's brains are too, numb to have that conversation. But why do you think Stan Lee wrote that story? They came to America. Certain areas of it were called Wakanda, and they definitely did have technology. The American technology was used to bring technology to the entire world. Is that not what happened? Did the world not experience a technological revolution via America? Yes, it did. Yeah, Dre. I don't like to talk about the second thing because it involves a very dark version of Europe's past that is going to offend a lot of people. But of course, there are evidence of floods all around the world. And when people talk about Atlantis being underwater, they often bring up Plato, but Plato never said Atlantis sunk underwater. Plato literally said Atlantis sunk beneath mud. And as that last person brought up, there are a bunch of cities under the mud that is America. Who said that there were cities under all these? And remember, I brought up I compared it to Futurama. Yeah, that's basically it's like I said, like Futurama, where it's like there's a big mud flood, then they just built on top of it. Yep, Shantia, absolutely. That's even more of a like a more like personal, intentional case too. ED said, "Is that why some cars are named after Native Americans?" I honestly don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I'm not gonna go that deep with it. Maybe if we do enough research, we will find that out. But if somebody was resourceful enough to take over an entire car company, you don't think that? Well, listen. Let's just say, why do you think that they were burning so many records in the 1800s, in the 1900s? Why were so many books being burned? Why were so many people being thrown into institutions? Why do you think that was going on? You don't got to answer, just think about it. Croissant said some of the technology in America was smuggled from England. Right, so they had the technology in America, but not in England, right? But they did bring it from England. But they didn't have it there, but they did bring it from there. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, bro. Nah, perfect sense. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the same thing with the democracy, right? Yeah, they didn't have democracy in England, but they came to America, and people that never knew democracy magically invented it. Yeah. I know they had never heard about it before, but they magically invented it. What about all the people who were there that were probably practicing it? Well, they got it from the Europeans that never heard of it. Yeah, that's my story. They got it from the Europeans and never heard of it. Yep. Absolutely, Antione. Absolutely. We still remember. You should go look up what happened over there, Morrison. Well, let's relax with that, Shantia, all right? Now, I'm not saying you're wrong, but listen, y'all read them emails, right? Hey, not eight. Eating. Ray, you want to talk on Discord? Talk about what? What the hell do you want to talk to me about? Edie said, wouldn't it be cool if your nose really grew with all your lies? My nose does grow with all of my lies. That's why my nose has been the same size for so long. That's not for real. My nose got this big because I used to lie a lot when I was a kid. I used to lie and steal a lot when I was a kid. So my nose started growing, and then I stopped lying, and now I'm good. You see? Thank you, Ray Mays. I appreciate that. Yeah, Randy, we gotta calm down with that, all right? Oh yeah, guys, do me a favor, like the video, please. Sub if you like the content. I guess. Uh, what's good? Contagious. Ugh. Guys, the Discord is the link to the Discord is on my page right now. All right. If you want to join the Discord, click that link and then join the live show tab. All right. Depending on how I'm feeling, I may or may not bring you up. That's how that goes. So don't start crying if you get in the Discord and I don't bring you up because that's not gonna endear me to you. But CeeLo said, my boy Jerry Curl dripping. Hey CeeLo, do you got a girlfriend, bro? Hey, if your girlfriend's watching this right now, something else is dripping too. I tried, I tried. No, it's all good, CeeLo. I don't mind the joke. What do you mean, we not Africans? The out of Africa theory is a lie, my friend. And the Atlantic slave trade was told in reverse. It was literally told in reverse, bro. I mean, literally. Reverse. Slide to the left. Ragnar said the math ain't mathing on these likes, chat. Yeah, guys, get the likes up if you don't mind. If you don't mind. If you don't like the video, then I guess don't like it, If you do like the content, though, then I guess you can sub. I appreciate you. Shout out Car Toast. Timia said the Atlantic slave trade was all lies. It was told in reverse, yeah. It was definitely told in reverse. Mr. True History said history taught in your K through 12 indoctrination is a lie. Obviously, I'm not talking about all history. I'm just talking about the history that you guys are taught. How can it be all history if we got Mr. True History right here? Yeah, just the history that you guys know. Unhad said the Earth is a globe. Unhad, there is no scientific evidence of this, okay? I have brought up so much evidence over these past few days debunking the idea that the Earth is a globe is not even funny. It really is not even funny. I mean, like, I've exhausted it at this point. Multiple provable scientific experiments redone a bunch of times debunking the shape and size of the Earth from 1901 all the way to current time. All right, I'm like New York in the playoffs. All right, I'm undefeated after the first round. I mean, it never mind. COD Gamer was good. COD. Just Sleepy said one word: NASA. Twisted said, "Do you bully everybody that compliments you on your hair?" Who did I bully? I didn't bully anybody. I don't do that. I'm a nice guy. And he said I had a Jerry curl. How was that a compliment? Why do I discuss America and not the Arctic? I do discuss the Arctic on here all the time. I bring up the original Mercator map that has the land that is at the Arctic. I literally did it yesterday. I did it last night. Like I said, I've brought up so much evidence debunking all this. Why are you coming in here disrespecting me like you know me, bro? You don't even know me like that. What's good, COD Gamer? Shantia. I never said the earth was flat, chicken. I never said that. What the F is wrong with a Jerry curl? I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I said it's not a compliment. Bro, you never seen a Jerry curl look like this in your entire life, bro. You never seen anything look like this in your entire life. See, look, why are you doing this to me, okay? I don't like getting like this, but don't do this, bro. All right? Bro, just take a screenshot, right, bro? Just take a screenshot, send it to your girl or your mom, and just see what they say back, bro, and then you'll understand. All right, just come on, let it go. Be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then don't get your feelings hurt. Yeah, I agree, Ragnar. Like, why are you guys so focused on me? Like, don't you have anything intelligent to say? See, honestly, that's how you know that I've been showing so much evidence these past few days. You guys don't have nothing intelligent to say anymore. Now it's just you guys just hitting me with your bad jokes. Just a bunch of weak ass comedians in here. Oh, you got jokes? Some kind of weak ass comedian? Blanc say I got jokes. Do you have jokes? I mean, if you say something funny, I promise I'll read it out loud. But just don't say anything out of bounds, bro. Come on. I don't wanna have to ban you because that's all that's gonna happen. What's good, Sheik? I am Sneed said I'm asking you real questions, but you're ignoring. And then you said I'm a fake black Indian moron. I was honestly about to look at your questions and answer them, bro, but you're just trolling, I guess. Why are you doing this? Is that how you talk to people when you want them to answer your questions? If the earth is around, where does the sun go at night? The sun goes to the other parts of the earth, but oh god. I'm not gonna lie, other than the mods, this chat is terrible. Look, the Discord is on my page if any of you guys want to call in, I guess. What is Earth's shape then? Nobody has ever proven the shape and the size of the Earth. Plus, it has a lot more land than they tell us. So I would probably guess that nobody's ever been to the ends of the Earth. Not even just guess, nobody has ever claimed to do that. So it's not really a guess. Grumpy said the sun doesn't go anywhere. Freaking Toe said Earth not moving. Yes, sir. According to Einstein, no scientific experiment can prove the Earth is moving from Earth. This is according to Einstein. That's why I say the Earth scientifically is not moving. Okay, we are the guardians of the scientific method up here. That's who we are. Johnny said, new to the channel, fellow flat earther, liking your content. What was the first topic that put you on the path of truth? Johnny, you're probably not gonna like this answer, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny, I'm a black dude in America, all right? Yeah, you know how like right now, how like all the quote unquote right wingers are talking about how corrupt the police are all of a sudden. You know how like people are finding out how corrupt the police is because of the bricks and minifig situation. Is anybody paying attention to the bricks and minifig situation? Yeah, yeah. You know how like certain white people are finding out that there are levels to being white in America, or not even just being white. There's like rich white people, and then there's non-rich white people. Well, the poor white people are figuring out that America is not actually made for them. See, but the black people, we already knew that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My dad knew that. My grandfather, he knew that. You know, so I never believed anything that anybody told me. Yeah, being black in America, you realize that everything is a damn lie. But think about it. Like my entire existence is a lie, right? Like as soon as we go to school, they're like, "Hey, you guys are from Africa." Everything that they tell me about my family, everything that they tell me has always been a lie. Absolutely everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not even really about white people like that. I'm just saying, like, it's just funny how, like, for a long time in America, most white people were like, "Oh no, that doesn't exist." No, 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 no. The police are totally fair. No, there's no such thing as police brutality. There is no such thing as police brutality. What? No, the police are there to protect and serve. I mean, I just, well, why don't you just follow the law? I mean, if you just follow the law, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You know that, right? Anyway, I know you guys don't like to hear that, but it is what it is. Yeah. And then I seen the movie The Hurricane, and it all started to make sense. Mhm. Ugh. Shanti said they'll be okay. Hmm. Yeah, shout out Johnny Brower. I appreciate that comment. Daw Deidres. Thank you for that comment, bro. I'm glad you appreciate the show, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, like the video if you don't mind, all right? Like the video, sub if you like the content. Dre said, can you guys prove him wrong without a textbook? I mean, I don't mind you using a textbook. I really don't. As long as the textbook is referencing primary documents. Like, even when I bring up what Plato said, I'm not bringing up the actual book of Timaeus, but I'm at least bringing up a secondary document that is referencing the primary document. Plato said this in Timaeus right here. You know what I mean? You can't just bring up a textbook that is basically worth just me writing a book. Anybody can write anything in the book. You have to be quoting a primary document, or else it's not worth anything. Mike said America as Atlantis kind of makes sense though. Mike, it makes absolute perfect sense, especially when you consider that they definitely lied about when all of this technology that America still exports to the entire world was invented. Shantia said it was her mother that woke her up. Is that what you said, Shantia? Or did you say amen Zen? I don't know, because this translate thing is weird. Yeah, Johnny, I don't really want to talk about that much. No offense, yeah, I'd rather not talk about that. Guys, do me a favor, like the video, okay? Double tap the screen. Sub if you like the content, please. It's just, yeah, honestly, Johnny, it's a boring subject. Most people kind of already have the proper understanding of who that person was and what they were doing. We don't really get any value by tearing down anybody's legacy, you know. So I don't like talking about that, you know, for that purpose. You know, I don't. There's not really much value in bringing negative light to anybody like that. You know, if people look at him as a beacon of light and hope, I don't want to tear that down. You know. Jasper said 90% of history is lies. Okay, I can respect that. Think about it, we're not that far off. You know, I wouldn't, if I say 100 and you say 90, I'm like, all right, well, we're pretty close. Shinobi said 200% of history is lies. Shimmy said the earth is literally a moving globe. Shimmy, the earth is literally not moving and it is literally not a globe. Okay, literally. You see how I can say literally just like you? It's literally not a literal globe and it's literally not literally moving. Literally. What is it then? Well, more than likely, the Earth is probably an infinite plane, seeing as how there's so much more unexplored land. As of right now, nobody has been to the ends of the Earth. John said, hold on, no, Huz on the back of the bus said Grand Canyon was the Nile River. Grand Canyon was the Nile River. Very interesting. Yeah, abysmal. They're all out of their minds. I'm not going to read that comment out loud, but they're out of their minds. Shimmy said, I literally cannot with these people. Are you talking about us? Shimmy, we didn't ask you to come over here. Abysmal said, Rick Sanchez, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I do agree with you, but I'm not going to read it out loud. Okay, you're talking about us? Well, you don't have to be here, Shimmy, all right? If you're going to come over here, just make sure that body's not open. Zimmer said, bro is rage baiting. No, bro is up here catching bodies. Grumpy, watch what you say. All right, watch what you say. Because you might just get caught with that body. Oh, that body is open. Pause. Do you believe in the moon? What type of questions are these? Frankly said Nixon 4. That would be, honestly, after watching this first game, it would not surprise me. The Knicks were bodying. Honestly, the Spurs had that body open. Oh, the Spurs for sure had that body open. Yeah. They look like little kids. They look like the little kids that they are. No offense to them. Because I like the Spurs a lot. I was going for the Spurs all year. I'm just saying, after that first game, they got bodied. It wasn't as close as it looked. It really wasn't. Even though the Spurs were winning all game, New York was actually in control. Anyways, we're not talking about that. Hopefully they do. They got to get way more physical. If apparently history are 100% lies, how did we evolve? Hold on, no, that says evolute. How do we evolute to become what we are? Can somebody explain this to me? Somebody in the chat, explain what he means by this. Because I just don't know. Maybe it's just me. Somebody please try. No idea what he's talking about. I understand he meant to say evolution. So how did we evolution to become what we are? Ollie said evolved. How did we evolve to become what? Evolute, huh? That is heavy. Yeah, this is egregious work. This is nasty, egregious work right here. Exactly, the blank of blanks. History is real, written history is not. Well, that's an interesting take. Shanti said he trying to say the M word. Guys, can you please stop trolling in the chat? If you guys disagree with me, just tell me why you disagree, okay? And I will respond and tell you why you're obviously wrong. Sedona, thank you for the 2 jewels. 1H said, is God real? Yes, 1H, because you are real. Steven said, nothing created everything is the dumbest and most scientifically deproven theory there is. I agree with that, Steven. I do agree with that. That is a comment on the question, is there a God? Mr. True History with the 2 jewels. Mr. True History with the 2 more jewels. Thank you so much, Mr. True History with the 4 jewels. The M word said, and the earth isn't a sphere, it's an oblate spheroid. What scientific evidence do you have of this? Scientific evidence. Dragons are not, or dinosaurs are not dragons, but because we have scientific stuff that proves it. No, we do not have scientific stuff that proves it. And I can tell by the way you wrote that sentence that you have no idea what you're talking about. Somebody said, what is the definition? What is a dragon by your definition? By my definition. So you're saying you want me to make up a definition of dragon right now? Is that what you want me to do? Make up a definition? Well, too bad I won't do that because I only believe in science and written documents. Too bad we don't do that over here. Too bad this is not a conspiracy theory channel. Too bad we only read books over here. Yeah, it's not about what my definition is. Here's the dictionary, bud. How about that? Thank you, Johnny Brower. I appreciate the 250 joules. Smeagol, are you talking about me being an idiot? Is that what you're saying? I'm an idiot for bringing up the dictionary? No, please let me know, Smeagol. Am I an idiot for reading the dictionary? Does that make me an idiot reading the dictionary? This is Webster. Now they want me to explain seasons. Right? I bring up the definition of dragons, right? It's obviously a real animal based on the dictionary. And they're like, all right, well, tell us about seasons. That's what I thought. How is history a lie? Here you go. Because they keep telling you dragons are imaginary and they're not. They're actually just rare. They're not imaginary, they're rare. Where did Smeagol go? Smeagol, were you talking about me? I asked you, were you talking about me, bro? Let me know. Yep, you were, huh? Smeagol, you should know better than that. You should know better than to come in here with that body open. Shanti said, read, bitch. Get out the way. My bad, Shanti. Am I in your way? I'm just playing. In word, I never said the earth was flat. Seasons are caused by the movement of the sun, by the way, guys. All right? For all you guys that keep asking me about seasons. Seasons are caused by the movement of the sun. By the way, Leo, it actually does kind of say that. The comment that I just pinned, I'm not going to read it, but it does kind of say that, actually. And Leo, you have no evidence that the earth is tilting whatsoever. All right? You have no evidence that the earth is on a tilt. You're just making that shit up. Or you're reading off Google. Either way is bad. Either way is not good. Abysmal said, are you aware with the proof that goblins exist? Yeah, Abysmal, have you looked in the mirror today? I'm just kidding, okay? I'm just kidding. I've never seen you, Abysmal. You're probably beautiful. All right, you're probably amazingly gorgeous, okay? All right, you're probably like a showstopper. I really mean that. I already explained day and night cycles, all right? The day and night are caused by the sun's movement. I can't believe you guys don't know that. That's the easiest thing to understand ever. Dre said every animal on the Chinese zodiac is real except dragons. Yeah, okay. He said it just like that. Yeah, okay. Floey said the sun doesn't move at all. Why would you say something like that? Everybody sees the sun move every day. Yeah, Dre said you're definitely a total smoke show, okay? We promise. If I saw you, I probably could not resist myself. I mean, I will resist myself, but probably I couldn't, though. Aiden said, I do not agree with most of this, but I agree that the dinosaur remains could have been mistaken for dragons back in medieval times. Or it could have been the other way around, Aiden, because nobody ever saw a dinosaur, so they are mistaking the dinosaurs for they're mistaking the dragons for dinosaurs. The 20-hour sun proves nothing. All right, you guys are ignorant. You cannot explain why the 24-hour sun proves anything about the ground. Stop saying that dumb shit. Melio said dragons never existed. Yeah, Melio, I'm going to take Aristotle's word and the word of the dictionary over the word of some random commenter, especially somebody named Melio. Yell said, I'm ignorant the sun doesn't move. What is your evidence that the sun doesn't move? Tao said, nothing is static. The earth moves. Tao, how do you know that? What are you basing this on? And if that's true, why do we consider the earth to be an inertial reference frame when we do experiments? Melio said, I Googled it, you idiot. Right, so Melio is a Google scholar or a Google cheerleader, or they're in the religion of Google. Issa, thank you for the $2. We don't usually talk religion on here, okay? Thank you for the $2, though. Yeah, if you want to know what I think about the existence of such person, I think that everything should be read as a historical document. And if you want to believe it's true, then more power to you. Yo, are you up here to troll us, bro? I didn't hear anything that you said. Yo, are you up here to troll us? Huh? All right, go ahead. Ask your question, bro. What is it?
No. Okay, let me type it in chat.
No. Just ask it. I had the music playing over you. Just ask the question. What is it?
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna ask it in chat real quick.
All right. His question was about lunar eclipses, but nothing in the sky is conclusive scientific evidence of the ground. All right. Again, if I ask you to measure my ground and you start telling me about the sky, that is evidence that you do not have evidence of the ground. Okay? Give me a measurement of the ground. If you don't have it, then stop bringing up the sky. All right, Sakuna, are you up here to troll us?
No, I'm here because your shit is bullshit.
Can you not curse, or is that the only way you know how to talk?
Is the only way you know how to talk is stupid?
My bad. Hold on 1 second. My bad. I can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
If the Earth is an infinite plane, which you have said yourself, how have you not found more land? And also, how does the sun and moon work?
My bad. One more time.
If the Earth is an infinite plane, how have we not?
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that fun, guys? Is the only way you know how to talk in a stupid way? Like, your jokes are terrible. I just want you guys to get better. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not interesting, then I have to make you interesting. You understand? Like, that's why that has to happen. Because you guys are so boring and terrible at this. The only way to make you interesting is to literally play a loud saxophone over you. That's the only way you're interesting. A saxophone is playing it over you. Now we can laugh. Now you're good content. Other than that, you just suck. You're mad. Your brain is being warped due to emotions, so you can't think clearly. All right, calm down. Hen, are you up here to troll us? Hen,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, are you up here to troll us? All right, what's on your mind, bud? What's your question or comment?
Okay. Well, I was arguing with you yesterday about the horizon isn't a physical object.
It's not a physical
And
location. It's not a physical
right, it's not a
location.
physical location. Right.
Did
And
you
so
actually
I
Google
thought
it?
no, so I looked into it and I see what you mean now. It's not how could it be a physical object? It changes, right? So here's my main point then.
I don't want to hear your
I
main
just
point.
don't
No. You are not. You think I'm gonna allow you to just escape past that? All right. So yesterday you admitted that you were arguing with me, and you guys don't understand. Right, think about it. You guys don't understand why I get frustrated with people, why I curse people out, why I tell them they're stupid. Right? I flat out call people stupid. Right? Just straight up, bud, you're stupid. And you guys are like, oh, he's just being mean. Right? But this guy yesterday, after admitting that he was arguing me down about the horizon being a physical location, he now realizes that he was wrong. All right. So this is
I see your
20,
point.
you see 24 full hours that we could have just saved by you just shutting the hell up when you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like when I don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I do? I shut the hell up. So that's why I tell y'all, if you don't know what you're talking about, shut the hell up. All right. Save all of our time. Save all of our time. That's why I call you stupid. All right. So the next time you hear me call you stupid, understand that it's not personal. It's not because I don't like you.
That's
It's
fine.
not, hold on. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I want you to know that you're wrong and you're not even considering you're wrong. And so that's stupid. You see?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, cool. Now
Okay,
go ahead.
so I only have one question then.
What's your question?
The question is, since it's not a physical object, it's apparent, what is causing the physical boat to disappear?
The same thing that causes people to disappear when you're in an airplane and you look at the ground. The people aren't going behind a curve, are they? No, they're clearly not. There's no curve on the ground, but the people are on the ground. The cars are on the ground. You can't see the cars when you're in a plane. You understand? So they are disappearing, but they're not going behind a curve. Same exact thing. Do you see? And you might have even brought that up yesterday. I don't even know if that was you, but whoever brought that up, I just turned your guys' own dumb example on you. You're like, oh yeah, well, we can't see people. Exactly. The people aren't disappearing. They're not behind a curve. They're just out of your view because they're too small for you to see. Same thing with the boats, my friend.
Out of your view because okay, so
It's
basically
too
you're saying they're too
small.
small because they're out
It's
of
too
our view
small
or
based on
range.
perspective.
Okay. Well, if it was flat, couldn't we see just the ship go for a long
Did
time
I ever
with
say did I ever say
velocity?
the earth was flat?
No.
All
That's
right,
just
all
a
right.
common.
Okay, all right, okay, fine. So
Oh wait.
no, it's all right. Nope. We're gonna stay right here.
Okay.
So you already admitted that I didn't say the earth is flat. So we're good on that. So you're just asking a random question out of your own ass, just not related to anything that I have up here, which is totally fine. So your question is, if the earth is flat, wouldn't we be able to see it forever?
What'd you say?
Is that your question? You think that if the earth was flat, we would be able to see things forever?
Yeah, but I realize that's a silly question. I shouldn't have asked it. My
I,
question I should have
but
asked
but
you.
you see why I wanted us to slow down so you could hear your own question.
Right.
I wanted you to hear it
Yeah,
out
no, I
loud.
get you.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
So you were saying the Earth is not a globe, but it is round. Is
I
that
never
is
said
that
nothing like that. I said that nobody has
never
ever
said?
proven the shape or the size of the earth. Nobody.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we just don't know what the shape is. That's your assertion, right?
I don't think anybody has ever been to the ends of the earth. I think that there is a lot more continents. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So the idea of a shape is not even really in the conversation like that. This is like just a farce to get people to focus on dumb shit.
Interesting. Okay. All right, man. Thank you.
No problem, bro. I appreciate that question. You're welcome up here anytime. All right, Hen.
Thank
And based on that profile picture you have, it seems like you're a Super Smash player. So if you are, just know that I will wax you. All right, I'll give you that work. Pause. I'll stretch you out. Pause. Anyway, guys, do me a favor. Like the video if you don't mind. Okay. Sub if you like the
Okay.
content. Whoa, whoa. Are you up here to troll us, bud?
No. I have one question to ask.
What is your question?
Hypothetically, could one ever prove that there is a way to prove that, like, a way to prove the Earth's shape? Could one ever prove the Earth's shape?
You would have
Like,
to.
is there any way?
I mean, going around the entire thing. You know what I mean? Like that is
Yeah,
one way to
like,
do it. Like you would have to get to the ends of the earth. You would somebody would have to be able to explore the entire earth. That's basically illegal. It's illegal for us to explore the entire earth.
I mean, we can go to the pole.
Why did you say it like that?
There are.
No, hold on. Why'd you say it like
Okay.
that? Why'd you say it like that? We
I mean-
can.
I mean, okay.
What does that mean? We
Yeah,
can.
you very
We
much.
can. I mean, what does that mean? Why are you saying it like that?
Just buy a cruise there and go to the South Pole. You could if you want to.
Can you explore the entire earth? Can you
Yes,
explore?
you can.
You can explore every
Yes,
inch
you
of this earth to map it.
Yes,
You-
you can.
Well,
Mine is like, we're like,
how old are you, Kaza? How old are you?
I'm not answering.
Young and naive. I know it's all right, bro. I know, young and naive. Listen, bro. When you become an adult,
Listen, man,
listen.
I can,
When you become an
you're
adult,
not-
I'm not age shaming you. I'm just saying when you become an adult, bro, you'll realize that the world is not all rainbows and sunshine, okay? I know you think that you're like, yeah, I'm a young guy. The world is free and the entire world is my oyster and I can go around and do whatever I want. Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah. Oba KB. Yeah, Oba KB. Try that shit if you want to.
I would engage in a battle of wits, but I don't think it's fair to fight someone who's completely unarmed, okay? Sorry.
That was, bro. Oh wow. That was heavy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Since you're so armed, right? Why do you say that I'm unarmed in this battle of wits?
Is this rage bait?
I'm sorry, have we reached the end of your level of wittiness? Is that all you came up with? You said that
I'm asking
is
because whenever.
but
you
I asked you a
give
question.
spoilers-
But no, you don't return a
Okay,
question.
ask me a question.
You don't. I already did.
Ask me.
You're spiraling, bro. You're spiraling. All right. I
Okay,
think you were
very
projecting a
good.
few minutes ago, bro. Were you projecting on me? You heard that the other day in a movie, didn't you? What movie did you hear that in, bro? The other day.
Okay, please.
You literally heard that the other day in a movie, huh? Oh my God, it's all right, bro. Listen, I know you didn't know, bro, but I'm Charles Xavier. You know, when I ask a question, I already know the answer to it. All right, I get it, bro. The other day you were watching a movie and you were like, "Oh wow, that is kind of clever." Because all the time when I'm talking to people, I don't really know what to say back, and so instead of not knowing what to say back, I'll just say that what I saw in the movie. I'll say, "You know what? I would like to participate in this battle of wits." No, listen. I'm showing you how to be witty for real. I'm showing you how to be witty for real. All right, listen, pay attention. And this is what you tried to do. You were like, "Oh, so I don't have a response, and so I would like to participate in this battle of wits, but you're unarmed." But really, you were projecting. You remembered that from a movie you saw. You remembered that from a movie you saw the other day, and you used it because you didn't have nothing to say. Isn't that what happened, bro? Isn't that what happened?
Man, this is hilarious. You're making my night.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That laugh was a little too, you know what I mean? It was a little too feral for me. You know what I mean? Little too moissanite in that laugh. Listen, the Discord is on my page, guys. If you want to call in, all right. Call in on the Discord. Like the video. If you don't mind, sub if you like the content. Let's see. Yeah, guys, if you're not gonna call up, then leave the Discord, okay? Because, like I said, my phone is kind of jacked up and I can't see everybody in here. So I need you guys out if you're not coming up. All right. Thank you, everybody, again for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yo, are you up here to troll us?
I want to hear about the history.
The history of what?
Like, what facts do you have that history is lies?
Okay, hold on. You just asked me two different questions. Okay, so you said you want to hear about the history, and I asked you what history,
Oh,
and now
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying,
I wanna.
and now so you don't want to hear about the history no more. Now you want to hear about the facts that I am using to base my opinion that history is lies. That's your actual question.
This is my
Okay. So basically, what I do up here all the time, like for example, when I'm talking about the Africa thing, people ask me why do I think the slaves did not come from Africa, and I pull up like primary documents or I pull up secondary documents that are referencing primary documents that prove what it is that I'm saying about history. Most of what we're taught in history class, those aren't backed up by primary or secondary documents. You know what I mean? So that's why what you're taught in history class is pretty much just 100% fake because they're not backed up by any primary documents.
like the Declaration of Independence. Like you bring up those, correct?
What I don't even think you understand what you're saying right
I'm trying to.
now, bro. Okay, well, what does the Declaration of Independence prove, actually? If I'm reading the Declaration of Independence, what does that prove to me?
Okay, the Declaration of Independence proves that there was people before us that signed it in whatever language or like
What does it
there was
prove, bro?
people before us that
What does it
signed
prove? It proved that there were people that wrote a piece of paper, called it the Declaration of Independence, and so that's basically it. You're saying it proves that there were people before us that wrote something on a piece of paper. It don't prove that anything that they said about how the paper came about is true. It don't mean that anything that they even wrote on the paper is true. You know, so I mean, shout out the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, you could read it, but that doesn't actually prove anything. It just proves that somebody wrote a paper. I mean, you brought that up. I'm not disrespecting the Declaration of Independence. I'm just saying that's the example you chose to give. So I asked you point blank, what does it prove? And you answered. You said it proved that there were people before us that wrote stuff. That was almost an exact impression. I mean, voice and everything.
What do you mean for vacation? Well,
All right. Anything else, bro? Or I'll let you ponder on that
even
one for
for
a minute.
you
All
to
right.
say something.
Okay. Well, I'll let you ponder on that. Okay. Chris, are you up here to troll us? Chris,
What's up, bro?
are you up here to troll us, bro?
Skippity got Riz only, you know. You pray today, Olivia done rizzing up baby Gronk, so he lost her baby life.
Hold on, bro. There's something going on with your mic, bro. Hold on one second. My bad, bro. Hey, there's something wrong with your mic, bro. Bro, can you get that mic fixed? Bro, all right, say that again, bro. Say that again. Can you guys stop trolling, all right? Just get your mic fixed before you come up here, please, okay? Stop trolling. All right, what are we doing? All right, what is this? Listen, as you can see by the last two people that came up here, if you ask me a question, then I'll answer your question. Just be serious, all right? Come on, we're too grown for this. Sane, are you up here to troll us?
I'm just more questioning your reasoning behind the placing your foot on the street.
You're questioning my reasoning?
I'm questioning your reasoning.
Well, what part of my reasoning specifically are you questioning? What part of the reasoning? Is it the scientific evidence part that you don't like, or is it the fact that I only like? Oh, hold on. Let me finish the question. Hold on, let me finish the question. Is it the science? I'm trying to frame it in a way that is like misleading, so that way it kind of traps you a little bit. So, is it the scientific evidence part that you don't like, or is it the fact that I only like primary documents? What part of that do you not like?
It's not that I don't like it, that I'm trying to question it.
Well, so which part are you questioning? Are you questioning the scientific evidence part or the primary document part? Which part?
Well, I have a mission. The evidence, the America Atlantis thing, where it's said to have been.
No, we're talking about my reasoning right now, sir. Not the subject. You said you want to question my reasoning. Before we get to the subjects, hold on. I want to finish this reasoning idea because you got this in my head now. I want to know if my reasoning is wrong. So I base my ideas of, like, for example, Atlantis on primary documents and actual historical accounts. So you have a problem with me only looking at historical accounts and primary documents? You think that I should believe in fiction and what random people on the internet tell me?
No, sir. It's not.
It sounds like that's what you're suggesting.
That's not what I'm suggesting, sir.
It sounds like it.
I'm not discrediting the thoughts that you're having, sir. I'm just trying to understand them and see if we can get to an understanding of like what you're thinking behind these.
Well, you don't really need to know. Listen. It's not that important what I'm thinking behind these, right? What's more important is what the truth is. Can you listen, please? Okay. My bad. I got the mic covered up. All right, listen. What's more important than my reasoning is what the truth is. It don't matter how I got to these. If I'm wrong, then prove me wrong. Point blank, period. You don't even need to know what my reasoning is. Find direct physical evidence. Find. You'll never find. Blum, 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 blum.
But you have to prove your evidence.
A big nose like mine. Listen. I've proved everything on here ad infinitum. If you come up humbly and you ask me a question and you ask me to show something, I will show it, no problem. I always do that. But when you come up, you can't listen and talk at the same time. But when you come up and you question my reasoning as if you already know, when you're just trying to prove me wrong, if you want to prove me wrong, go prove me wrong. Go get the evidence, all right? Go get the evidence. Stop spending your time bullshitting around trying to run mind games on me because it ain't going to work. All right. If you got evidence to prove me wrong, if you got evidence to prove me wrong, bring up the evidence to prove me wrong. If not, then get that corn out of my face.
I've tried.
Get that corn out of my face.
Trying to talk to you. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I know you're trying to talk to me. All right, and that's the problem. All right, that's the problem because you can't talk and listen at the same time. That's your problem. That's all your problem. Y'all too busy talking and you don't spend enough time listening. All right? You too busy talking. Bro, listen what I'm saying. Let's see, you still talking, not listening. Listen, bro, you still talking and you're not listening. This is your problem in life, all right? You don't read enough, meaning you don't listen enough, and you talk too much. You think you know shit and you don't. That's why you're getting done the way you're getting done right now, all right? So stop talking and get to reading. Get to reading.
I want to understand the evidence.
Well, you don't need to understand the evidence that I have, all right? What you need to do is go over there and count some. All right? You need to go over there and count some. All right? Shout out you, bro. I appreciate the attempt, you know what I mean? But it's not about my reasoning. Don't worry about my reasoning. All right? Am I wrong or not? I am wrong? Well, prove it. If you can't prove it, don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry. All right, don't worry. You ain't got to worry about all that. All right? Just mind your business, all right? Just mind your business. Bean, are you up here to troll us?
No.
What the hell was that?
sound like a mouth right now.
No. Is this a dude or is this a woman?
I don't know.
All right. Well, while you figure that out, guys, like the video if you don't mind, okay? Like the video, sub if you like the content. Please. I mean, you don't have to, but, you can. Selmer, are you up here to troll us?
Hey, what's going on?
Just the question that I asked you, man. That's what's going on. Are you up here to troll us?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Are you up here to troll us, man?
No, I'm not here to troll you.
Okay, great. What's your question or comment? Go ahead. I'm excited.
I saw you on YouTube, and I saw that.
Oh, you saw me on YouTube, did you? You've been watching me, huh?
I did, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And,
Well, get to the
well,
question.
And I saw that one of your comments is that you don't believe the world is a globe.
Not about what I believe. It's not about what I believe. The earth has never been proven to be any shape or size, period. And the physical dimensions that the globe is claiming have been debunked many times. Not first in 1901, but it was debunked in 1901 using radio wave and microwave frequencies. And they invented the ionosphere to cover that up. And then that experiment was redone with a higher frequency than the ionosphere is able to block. So this is not even a matter of it's not a matter of doubt whatsoever. Okay, physical experiments have been done. None have been done the other way around. So only one side even has evidence.
Interesting. So
Very much so.
So, do you mind if I just share some basic experiments that someone could do? And I'm curious where I'm wrong here. And
Well, before you
deducing
share,
that it's a globe.
but before you share with me the basic experiment that anybody can do, right? Because if this is such a definite experiment, somebody surely must have done it before, right?
Are you talking about your experiment or mine?
The one that you're about to share.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
Well I mean, just give me an example of somebody that did it. You know what I mean? And let's look at what they did and how that proves the shape of the earth. No need for you to go. No need for you to try to explain some shit you read on Google. Just tell us what experiment it is and who did it.
Yeah,
I
so
probably already
if
know what you're
you-
talking about.
I'm sure you probably do. So, if you take a camera, like any DSLR camera, and you take a long exposure photograph of the sky, right, you're going to notice that the stars slowly move in the sky.
You're talking about
right?
stellar
And
parallax, right? Stellar parallax.
no, I'm not talking about parallax at all.
What are you talking about? Just please get
That's
to it,
different.
bro. I'm about to fall asleep in the middle of this. I swear to God. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, if you do a long exposure photograph of the sky, you're going to notice that the stars rotate along they rotate around the North Star, basically, right?
So you are inserting into the lexicon evidence of the stars moving.
Do a long exposure photograph, you'll find that they make streaks across the sky.
Yeah, because they're moving. Yeah, the stars are clearly moving. Clearly, everybody knows this.
Okay, cool, awesome, and they move.
Bro, I'm about to drop you in 10 damn seconds, bro. If you don't get to the proof that you have, all right, and this whole time, the only thing that you have explained is that the stars are moving. And we all know the stars are moving already, all right? This is terrible content, bro, all right? Get to your point.
Okay, on the other side of the Earth, in the southern hemisphere, this doesn't happen. They move around the Southern Cross.
And what does that prove?
Well, if the world were flat, that wouldn't be possible.
How do you know that? How do you know that? And just so you know, before you answer that, saying if the world were flat, that's not an answer to my question when I ask you, what proof do you have of this? What does that prove? I asked you, what does that prove? And you said, if the world was flat. You're supposed to be proving that the earth is a globe. You can't prove something is a globe by saying, if the world was flat. Are you an actual idiot or are you really just slow? Which one of those two? It got to be one of those two. Which one of those two is it?
Well, I mean, mean, if you just want to,
Yes, I do want to just do that. Yes, I do. I told you this was boring. All right. I thought. Listen. I told you this was boring, and you're deflecting. Listen, yeah, and I'm not winning anything. All right. You're an idiot. There's nothing to win with you. There's nothing to win with you. All right. Listen. You said that the stars rotate around the Southern Cross in the South. You said. Listen. You said. Listen. There's only gonna go the way I want it to go. I don't know if you know that. All right. You said that the stars rotate around the Southern Cross in the Southern Hemisphere. I asked, what does that prove? Because you're talking about whether or not the Earth is a globe. Your answer is if the world was flat. How does saying if the world was flat prove a globe? That's my question, bud.
It wouldn't do that if the world were flat.
How does that
do that if the world was flat?
You are, number one, you're assuming that. Number two, how does that prove the Earth is some other shape? Just because you prove, even if it was true that you proved it's not flat, proving it's not flat don't prove it's a globe. That's why I called you stupid a few minutes ago. I know it's true, stupid. I know it's true, stupid. I'm talking now. Of course it's true. This ain't you talking, it's me talking. Of course it's damn true. So you're supposed to be proving the globe. You're wasting our time again. And you're like, if you just want to argue, no, you just want to waste time, and I'm not allowing you to do it, all right? So cut that stupid shit out. Do you got evidence of the world as a globe, or are you going to continue talking about how it's not flat? Because that ain't proving nothing. I don't even got the word flat up here. So you're having a conversation with your damn self.
Awesome.
Anything else, or is that it, bud?
Sure, yeah, well, let's look at
Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Shout out you, bro. You know what I mean? If you're still here when we come around, maybe you can get another opportunity, bro. But I'm not one of your friends. All right, you're not gonna come up here just saying whatever is on your mind, half drunk, and think that you're gonna catch me up in something. All right, know what the hell you're talking about, or get your ass cooked. Or you just want to make fun of me? Yes, I just want to make fun of you now. Yes, that's literally all I want to do. All right, that's it. Big dummy. I'm sorry you guys had to hear that, all right? That's not necessary. It really isn't necessary. But like, how long do you expect me to deal with that? He was sitting there talking for like 5 minutes. And at the end, he's like, so basically the stars are moving. What are we doing? What are we doing? Conquer said, we are African. Conquer, no, we're not, all right? I don't even know you, okay? But I can guarantee you're probably not from Africa. Messiah, you up here to troll us. Messiah, unmute yourself. Are you up here to troll us?
You hear me, bro?
Yeah. Are you up here to troll?
Bro. One second, bro. Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I just want to start off by saying, hey, I love the content, bro. I literally just scrolling, I saw you live. I'm on your side about the Earth not being a sphere, and just to put the argument plain and simple. If you believe in the Bible, whether it's King James, Ethiopian, or whatever the case may be, it literally describes the earth as being a circle, living on pillars with the heavens floating above it. It literally describes it as that. And even a better example is, think about it like this. If the earth was round and we live in space and there's other universes, what is the significance of us? You get what I'm saying? Like, what makes us so special? You get what I'm saying? So with us being a flat surface, which I believe the sun and the moon rotates around us because there's been multiple evidence of that as well. It just describes it literally as being a flat plane, a flat surface, all FBI, CIA, I'm probably military.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for that comment, bro. All right. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, I agree, I guess, a little bit with what he's saying, but I don't agree with his reasoning. Now, like the shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you for calling up, all right? Like the last dude came up here and said he was going to question my reasoning, and he never ever did. But I would question this man's reasoning. Like I said, we don't usually talk religion up here. You're more than welcome to believe whatever you want. But, if you believe it just because it says it in the Bible, then anybody can just change the book and then you'll believe that now. You know what I mean? And I really need you guys to exercise some discretion with the stuff that you guys bring up here. You know what I mean? Like, this is why I don't talk to you guys at length. You know what I mean? Inevitably, you're gonna revert back to the same exact talking points that I don't know if you know or not, but they're obviously censored in the algorithm because everybody uses the same conspiracy talking points. All right. All right. No need to come up here and name the 3-letter agencies for us. For real. All right. Thank you for tuning in, though, bro. Christ. Yeah, and then when you say you're in the military, that makes me suspicious too, bro. I'm not even gonna front with you. You coming up here being super religious, dropping all the names of the 3-letter agencies for no reason, really, and then saying you're in the military, bro. That sounds like counterintelligence. You know what I mean? Yeah, call me paranoid, but you know, somebody in the military should be a lot more aware of their surroundings if they actually are trying to talk about the things that we're saying that we're talking about. You know what I mean? You should be a lot more aware. Gamer, are you up here to troll us?
No, I am going to be as chill as possible while saying this. So a flat earther like yourself went to Netflix to make a show called, what is it again? Behind the Curve. And they were trying to prove that the Earth was flat. Okay? In that show, while they were trying to prove it, that it was flat, they proved that it was round. I can send isn't available. Why is it not available? What the hell?
All right, that was fun. All right, thank you for that. All right, thank you, gamer. Yeah, again, I get my information from scientific experiments and primary documents. Not that Netflix documentaries aren't cute. You know that's cute. You know, sure, Netflix documentary that's totally fine, but that's not what I base my scientific evidence and information on. If you want to base your scientific evidence on Netflix, then hey, more power to you. You know, that's not what we do over here. We're the guardians of the scientific method. That is it. That's wild. Worm, are you up here to troll us?
Here.
Well, thank God my speaker has a lag. We actually didn't hear that. Yeah, we didn't hear that. All right. Pool said the Earth is an effing circle. Who said America was Atlantis? Plenty of people said that. Plenty of people said America was Atlantis. Francis Bacon being one of them. Along with a bunch of old explorers. Turtle said the world is way older than any recorded history. If history is always written by the victors and all views and beliefs have differed over the course of humanity, who is to say what's truly real? I like that reasoning. Shout out Ricky, Tibby, Ramazan, SK, Temius. Of course, Mr. True History. Miggity, I see you down there. Sedona, DJ Overtime was good. Oh, Shantia said the live Hunger Games. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for real. Yeah, like the video if you don't mind, all right? Double tap the screen, I mean. Okay, sub if you like the content. I appreciate you guys. Good. Poole said Mud thinks he's young Sheldon. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory? But you know Sheldon is a fake character, right? You do know that, right? You know that these fake characters are written after real people? Yeah, characters like Sheldon are written after characters like me. This is just a fact. Chill dude said, who said we all not African? I said that. I said it. Shantia said, me too. I also said that. Maximus said, good points, but where is the huzz? Why are you on my body? Get off my body! Why is Buddy on my body? How can you prove America is Atlantis? Well, I can't necessarily say I can prove it, but it is backed up by most primary documentation and a bunch of old maps. Do old maps prove it? No, it's not necessarily proof, but it is supported by strong evidence. Shanti said, I am native. Flat Fox said, love from England on the other side of the flat pond. The very flat pond. Yeah, Messiah, you can elaborate from the chat, bro. Yeah, I let you up and you literally started dropping the name of 3-letter agencies, bro. I might never let you up here again, Messiah, literally. So you can tell me what you want to say in the comments, so that way I can read what I want to say out loud. And I don't gotta worry about you saying stuff that is gonna get us out of the algorithm, all right? What's good, Larish? Guys, double tap the screen, okay? Like the video, sub if you like the content. Yeah, you can tell me what you're saying, bro. You see me reading everybody's comments, right? Yeah, I'm reading all their comments, bro. All right, you're not more special than them. You can talk from the chat. No offense, you know what I mean? But you know, yeah. Saction, but history is 100% false. So how can your documents here be true? Well, that's why history is false, because they didn't show you any of these documents in history class. You understand what I'm telling you? They didn't show you these in history class. That's why history is false. Yeah, and I never said you were counterintelligence, bud. I said it sounds like counterintelligence. If you're in the military and you come up here and you instantly start dropping the name of 3-letter agencies, yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just talking about your need to use certain words. People aren't necessarily wrong when they come in here and they start speaking about, you know, certain groups of people in the Middle East. That don't mean I'm going to let them come up here and yap. No offense, but no, you cannot do that. I mean, you can just do it on your page, you know? Yeah, if I say something sounds like something, that's not saying that it is. Yeah, and I'm not saying you did it on purpose, but that's why I'm not letting you back up. So we won't even have to worry about that. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, bro. Like I said, I still appreciate you for tuning in. It's all good. Yeah, like the video, guys. Sub if you like the content. Listen, I guess nobody wants to participate in the conversation no more, right? When you guys start trolling in the chat, that's when I get tired, all right? If nobody has any disagreements with me, then, you know, maybe I'll go take a break and come back. Or maybe we can pick it up tomorrow. We'll see. What are we defining as history? As it relates to this, I'm defining history as what we're taught in history class. Goofy said, so are chickens descendants of dragons? You see, like, what is this? What is this? Oh. Desayuno said, where do you live? You can't tell where I live by my accent? Soggy said, you good, fam? We can have a beer later. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thank you. Shout out Messiah. I appreciate it. That say, you know, said, mate, I'm asking about your state. You should still be able to tell what state I'm from by my accent, bro. All right, mate. Oh. Goofy, how do you know that chickens are related to dinosaurs? How do you know that for sure? Shanti said he wants the Addy is crazy. Buddy is wild. Ramazan said clearly he's from Wales. Turtle said every culture has a recorded depiction of dragons. It is strange how groups that never spoke to each other had these things around the same time. Universe said, who is we? I'm talking about the black people in America. Does anybody have any evidence to combat anything that I'm saying? I just want to know. Is there any evidence whatsoever, or have I finally reached the final boss on YouTube? Have I finally defeated all the trolls and all the people that dare to stand against me? Have I really done that? Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? Axeman said, first time I've heard Earth not moving. Please explain. Axeman, Einstein created the theory of relativity to explain the fact that no scientific experiments can prove the Earth is moving. That's basically the nuts and bolts. All right? Einstein admitted himself, we cannot prove the Earth is moving. That is the basis for the theory of relativity. Steve, yeah, I would rather not, bro, just to be safe. All right. Yeah. Tell her I said shout out her. All right, there you go. Yeah, tell her I said shout out her. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Shout out her. be too careful, bro. All right. Yeah, there's too many trolls on here for me not to, you know what based on the comments, I think it's time for us to take a break. Messiah said, "We are the center of the universe, point blank, period. All these blank are interdimensional beings." Sora no Okuma. Everything is just energy, frequencies, and vibration. I agree with that, Sora. Listen, you guys can call me whatever you want, as long as you don't call me wrong. Because you know I'm not that. Goofy said, if the earth doesn't move, how does the sun rise and set? Think about it. You're asking, how does the sun move? The sun moves because the sun moves. How did the sun go from here to there? Because it's moving. That is the most logical answer, all right? Stop making things more complicated than they are. Shout out Desuno. Desuno said the music is fire. Ugh. Sora no Okuma is such a tough name. I agree, it is a tough name. It sounds like the name of an anime. Right, there's an anime called Yosuga no Sora. I would not recommend it. I mean, it's good as hell, but I just wouldn't recommend it. It's just gonna have you contemplating life. Steven said, bro is underrated. He's been cooking. Yeah, I agree, Steven. But, I think I get props, though. I'm rated pretty high, Steven, the people that don't like me, of course, those are my haters. But the people that watch me, they know that I'm the GOAT. Hey, they pretty much know that I'm the GOAT. Of course, the haters is going to be the haters, New York Knicks fans still think that Jordan is overrated. You know that New York Knicks fans think Jordan is overrated? Michael Jordan. The least overrated person of all time. Like, I mean, if Michael Jordan is overrated, then everybody on the entire planet is overrated. Yeah, it's not that they're stupid in New York. They're just really hurt, you know. They're hurt at, you know, because they had to experience Michael Jordan's greatness firsthand, you know. They had to experience it firsthand. That's why a lot of the people, you know, that don't like me, because in their mind, in their communities, they think they're incredibly intelligent. Their ego depends on it. Then they come up and talk to me, and it's like, you know, Jordan against the Knicks, you know. And sure enough, the Knicks are going home. I think I'm gonna take a break. I don't know if I'm gonna come back later. We'll see. I may come back later and do a quick stream because I'm not that tired. But if not, then I'll just come back tomorrow. All right, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Enchanted, you questioning, like when people ask about my hair, I just assume that they're in love with me. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to ignore you. All right, don't focus on what I look like. Okay, Enchanted. Just focus on what I'm saying. Desuno said, I'll get on Discord and talk to you someday. Wow, I can't ask a simple question. Yeah, you can, but just, you know, I don't like talking about myself because then I'm going to sound like an asshole if we start talking about myself. You know, I don't want to do that. Like, for real, like, people think that I just go around telling people how good looking I am all the time and stuff because of how I react when people start talking about my appearance, you know. I'm an overly confident guy, and so, you know, it's very off-putting, you know, when I start commenting on my appearance. So when you guys make comments about my appearance, I gotta just ignore it. Because the only thing that comes out of my mouth is, yeah, I'm the best looking person you've ever seen, probably this close. I'm not saying you insulted me. I'm saying I ignore it because all I know how to do is compliment myself, okay? I don't know how to talk about the way I look without glazing my own self. Pause. That's all I know how to do is give myself props. So I don't do it out loud because it's off-putting. That's my point. I'm not saying you were insulting me. I don't care if you were insulting me, all right? I'm the best looking person that's even on YouTube. You see? I'm not even sure if I mean that for real, but I don't know how to talk about myself any other way. That's the only way I know how to talk about myself. So that's why I don't do that, all right? Yeah, that's why I don't do what I just spent the last minute doing. Yeah, I'm being 100. I'm like, dude, if you guys met my family, like, I swear to God, you would know. It's like, it's not just me. Like, everybody in my family thinks like this, you know. We all think that we're God's gift to the earth. Oh my God. What? You don't think like that? No. I think like that. Hey, I'm just saying, when I wake up in the morning, hey, all I hear in my head is Will Smith and Ali. Do 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 do. The champ is here. Do 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 do. The champ. That's all I hear when I wake up. Every morning, that's all I hear. Because he is here. We're having fun. Okay, Star said, Messiah, you are wrong. They knew the electromagnetic force in between particles was an attracting force / gluon, causing contraction. The sun is light / electromagnetic field itself, pulling and pushing. Very interesting comment. I appreciate that, Star. Steven said the Uno reverse. Steven, you're the only one that even gets that, right? When they come in here and they start trolling me, right? They're like, oh, all you want to do is troll. I'm like, no, I'm just Uno reversing your troll. That's all I'm doing. All right, you want to come up and say a bunch of bullshit? I want to hear the saxophones play behind you. What? Mean Bach said, I knew it. Earth is flat. Oh. Mason said, oh, dude, this generation is cooked. All right. All right, I think I'm going to go. All right, I'm going to go. Listen, if I didn't give you guys a shout out, put your name in the chat and I'll give you a shout out, okay? If I'm feeling okay after I, finish smoking, then maybe I'll come back for another hour or two. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to come back. If I'm not feeling it, then I'll be back either tomorrow or later today, depending on where you're at. Money Boy said, boy, you stupid as hell. I bet you won't prove it. Shout out Steve, Minbach, Star, Timius, Desuno, Shantia. Bernie was good, bro. I didn't see you up there till just now. What's happening? Big Bernie. Enchanted. Anthony Mason. Sora no Okuma. Steven, absolutely, man. I appreciate you. T-Miss, no I. Okay. But there is an I in there, though. You mean like don't pronounce the I. Not like there is no I. I mean, I do see an I right there. I mean, Riley to America equals Atlantis is easily the funniest thing up there. Peak troll account. Right. Looking at ancient maps is now trolling. Honestly, bro, that body is open. Don't come here calling me a troll unless you're going to call me correct. I mean, unless you're going to call me wrong. All right, prove me wrong or shut that shit up. Get that corn out of my face. Should that be the name of this stream? Listen, we got to start coming up with names in the middle of the stream, okay? Because I never name these streams afterward. Should the name of this stream be Get That Corn Out of My Face? I don't know, I'm thinking Get That Corn Out of My Face. Or maybe the Uno Reverse Troll? Uno Reverse Troll, that's not bad. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, I'll see y'all, like I said, if not later on in like an hour or so, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, then I'm going to go to sleep. Then I'm going to go to sleep and I'll be back in the morning, all right? I love y'all. Like the video, double tap the screen, sub if you like the content. We're keeping this streak going. Desi Uno said, bye-bye, take care, everyone.